And welcome to the Philip Cochran channel, viewers. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. It helps this channel to grow and it helps me to bring you these great videos that we all love. So we've got the little UMX Timber X out today. A little bit of wind from that direction, but it's not too bad. I think right now just fixed this little guy up there last night with a new servo. Here, I'll show you the servo here. It's a 2.9 gram linear servo. Doesn't come with the link, so make sure you save your old one. So yeah, unfortunately you gotta separate the whole wing. It's glued onto the body, but it wasn't glued a whole lot, and you kind of you know, you get in there with a razor blade or an exacto knife. There's a couple spots you'll see, you know, kind of where the glue is, and then, you know, kind of start putting pressure on it, and very gently putting pressure on it, and then just kind of get that blade in between the places where it's stuck, because it wasn't they had more glue in the little kind of tail piece that sits right on top of the back of the fuselage than they did on where the wings meet the fuselage on it. I mean, it was sufficient for a UMX plane, but not a whole lot. So and it's the plug on the wire that to get through, because that's how they assembled it, right? They, you know, hooked everything up to the little board inside. And I mean, this isn't one of the worst as far as UMX planes go, as far as access to the board. I was able to kind of get in there with little tweezers, long tweezers, you know, pull the plug out and everything like that, right? But there's no opening for the plug to get through where the wing is, so you're either, you know, cutting a little hole in the side of the body or fuselage, or having to remove the wing, and you need a pretty good size hole for the plug, even though it's very small on it. But yeah, it looks okay. So just for clarification, it didn't break from flying. It fell off a shelf, and not actually a shelf, it was on top of my speaker, my PA system speaker, which is up really tall, you know, it's like 9 feet up in the air, the top of it, and it's kind of like I thought, a safe space for it up there. But yeah, we were rocking out a little bit too much, I guess, one night, and it vibrated, so it fell, like, you know, from as high as you could hold this plane, it fell, you know, and it didn't fall just flat on the ground. It fell in between a whole bunch of stuff there, and actually broke the wing, sorry, the fuselage where it connects to the wing, like in the spot right where you have to cut this thing apart to replace the wiring for the servo. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the price. So it was, I'm not too sure how many UMX planes have this exact same servo in it nowadays. I think it's a fairly standard one, to tell you the truth. But they do have different linear servos, so you know, you want to make sure it's the right one for your particular plane. But this was going to be, you know, like $42, I think, from my local hobby store, because it's, you know, like 23 something American plus tax. But I got it for $20 Canadian on Amazon, and it was delivered in like 2 days, right? You know, free shipping kind of deal, right? So yeah, it takes, even though it's a tiny little servo and plane, you got to be delicate with it. So it's, even for someone experienced, it's going to take you a good half an hour or more, you know, to do it. So that's probably what it took me. But yeah, I'm happy with it, right? So yeah, it fell down and it smashed, and I saw it. There's a fuselage just busted there. I better plug it in and see what happened. And sure enough, one of the aileron servos was just going wonky. Like it worked still, but it was all wonky, right? So there's not too much you can do repair wise to those. You got to replace them, and they're glued in. So as you can hear, that's my timer. This was just kind of a little shakedown flight after the repair, because you know, you're literally taking the whole plane apart when you're doing that. Yeah, it's flying good. It's a little too windy to try worrying about trim or anything there right now, but it's flying fine for me. This was a little 3S 300 milliamp in here just by the way, so we'll come back around into the wind and try and land her up here. Nice. Great little plane. I think it still was on sale for the Father's Day sale. I'm not too sure, one of the sales, but it's a great little aircraft, one of the better UMX planes. So just to verify, it was it fell down, not from crashing, that I had to fix this plane, and it has crashed many times actually, and nothing's happened to it, right? So that's our show for you today, folks. Love and peace from Canada, and we are YouTube.